Dear third-year student, the following video is the second one connected with the topic Science and Technology. We will follow the text which you can download for free from the web study room of our school. The first part of this simple text deals with the evolution of the most basic inventions of the past. Be it the primitive tools from stones or simple clothing, to the discovery of the wheel, other machines like windmills or the steam engine predetermined the Industrial Revolution. Printing press is also worth mentioning because it enabled the spread of written word, the spread of knowledge. That's why printing press is said to be one of the most important inventions of the past. Later, you can see that there have been several significant inventors who discovered, for example, the electric light bulb, the electric motor, or the first petrol-driven car. Electricity is said to be the blood of modern world. Therefore, electricity is needed for everyday life, be it your mobile phones, your computers, or even your torches, which need batteries, which need the electricity. Later on, in the 20th century, the mass production became one of the greatest steps forward, the great industrial age, where the steel, rubber, plastics, but also other synthetic materials predominated. These materials, which were used for great industrial production, enabled people to enjoy higher standards of living and to live in greater comfort. Other inventions of the 20th century include plenty of inventions which are used in everyday life. The experience of flying, the use of computers, connectivity thanks to the mobile phones, the internet or the mass media like radio or television. All these represent the integral parts of our everyday life, and they represent, above all, the comfort which accompanies our age. The integrated circuit is a part of every single electric device we use at home, at school, or at work, or for fun. The credit cards, the more efficient ways of payments, be it also chemical products, including the pesticides, fertilizers, or the genetically modified food. These inventions play important role in agriculture. When scrolling down, medical research has overcome tremendous changes since the 20th century up to this day. Let's mention laser, new drugs, vaccines like penicillin, or the support of various vitamins production. These help people to live longer. X-rays help us to see what's inside our bodies, to see what problems will we face in the future. Test tube babies are something like an example of the great progress of wisdom, also smart skills people have developed over the past 100 years. The famous inventors and scientists include Isaac Newton, James Watt, Charles Darwin, Thomas Alva Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, Albert Einstein, or Sir Alexander Fleming. Be it the steam engine like the basic assumption for the modern mass production, or Charles Darwin, who came with the idea with the theory of evolution. Edison, who invented the electric bulb. These are the most famous inventors and scientists over the past 300 years that have contributed to widening the perspectives of human knowledge and science. The second part of this video is devoted to the inventions and technology that we use every day or on everyday basis. You got to remember your own examples from your own household that you use every day. be it the fridge, the washing machine, or the dishwasher. Plugs, sockets, or the microwave ovens are almost in every household. At work, we can use a variety of other devices that you have to come up with. The third part of this text for you deals with the advantages and the disadvantages that the science and technology brought up to mankind. Please read all that advantages connected with easier life, with making the human life longer, connected with the improvements in medical technologies. We have learned a lot of new things about life, about the nature. Science enabled us to travel to the outer space. We have overcome the distance thanks to high-altitude flights, and the financial transactions or the protection of the environment have become the priority of the recent era. When talking about the disadvantages, there have been a lot of ethical problems connected with cloning the animals and people, connected with a lot of danger to people. Let's mention the nuclear weapons or the pollution of the wild nature. We spend less time talking to our family and friends personally. Therefore, it is worth mentioning that we communicate via computer with real people. The communication has been shifted to the internet space. The fourth part touches the misuse of science and technology. Please read all the paragraphs carefully, because there is a lot of information dealing with misusing the weapons, dealing with another feature of recent mankind, especially in the modern world, in case of the more economically developed countries, that people became lazier. There is also an idea which you can talk about when standing in front of the committee, and that is the issue of the civilization diseases. The fifth part is connected with men and science and technology in the future. I mean, what is the relation between human production and the use of science, for example, the IT technologies in the future? Read all that carefully, because the development, the progress, is described also in the following lines. You all know that computer makes you up to date with the legal information. The usage of computers can be another topic, because you all use the computers for various purposes. So, what do you use your computer for? These questions are quite well known for you. The sixth part, one of the last ones, is connected with the inventions which are important to you, why and how you use them in your everyday life. I think that you can start with the first paragraph, and then you will develop your own speech, your own ideas, which should be remembered when preparing for this topic. So, my recommendation is to write down the key words connected with your oral speech at the school leaving exams. Other information which is available for you to see and to study represents the following web page. Alright, so please notice that this can be another source of your relevant information. The last part of this video is connected with the very brief overview of the questions, which can inspire you to study this topic in greater depth. What is the most important thing man has ever invented? Explain that. What's your opinion? What do you personally think? Read that, please, and you might be inspired to what to talk about. The second question. Which branch of science do you like to work in? Why would you do that? Why would you like to be employed in that kind of industries? That is another question which can motivate you to prepare your own personal answer within greater depth. The third question, quite inspiring, is what are the advantages or the disadvantages of the internet? The advantages and disadvantages of internet can be another part of your speech. There have been already several space tourists Would you like to try to travel to the outer space? Thanks to various rockets or space shuttles which will take you to the outer space? Why yes, why not? It's completely up to you. Medical research is something which touches our everyday life. So, what do you think about the perspectives of future medical research? Do you think that, for example, cancer will be defeated? That we, the people of the 21st century, will be able to live even longer? That's it. My friends, download this document from the web page of the private vocational school Pro scholaris. Read all that texts one more time. Be careful when translating all the words and come back again to the webpage of our school, which means www.proscholaris.sk. Thanks for watching. I wish you all the best, dear students.